Hello guys and gals, welcome to another episode of Squad Morale Restored. My name is Daniel and today we are going to be looking at a Horus Heresy model from Forge World, and this is one of my favourite characters from the Horus Heresy, and he goes by the name of Eidolon. So some of you might already know that my Legion of choice is the Emperor's Children. Eidolon, who is well named, so sort of definition of an Eidolon is an idealized person. And as the Emperor's Children are very much into being the best of everything and trying to make war an art form, etc., Eidolon sort of exemplifies this. Now, he was the first, I think he was the first company commander of a Space Marines chapter that was, I think, promoted by the Primarch himself. And I think his sort of specialities are siegecraft and lightning fast attacks. And one of the things about this particular model is I love the pose. I think he's on top of some kind of a dreadnought there. Actually, I'm very sure he is on top of a dreadnought. The character has got quite a checkered history. He gets a bit overconfident. And even Fulcrum himself gets a bit annoyed with him. But spoilers, we'll not say any more about that. Now, I think in this iteration of the model, it would be, I think it is post Fabulous Bile experimentation on Eidolon, and he has the destructive voice that he can shout at people like he did on Istvan. Anyway, so this little review is just check out the quality of the miniature and also to see whether or not Forge World has sent a good set of complete parts, none of which require any kind of major repairs or anything like that. So let's see who has checked it this time. Steph? No. Steph? I think it's Step B. B Step? Okay, not too sure about that. 28th of June, so pretty close to today. We have a good selection of parts, so let's take all of these. Whoa, there's more parts than I thought. All right, let's take all those parts out. Actually, let's have a look at the Scenic base first. One thing I do like about the Forge World minis are the Scenic bases, as long as they don't get too over the top. Which pushes the price sky high, sanguineous. But I do think the extra height and additional design elevates these models to, well, a standard that you would expect from such impressive characters. So, first of all, we have the camera that doesn't want to focus, and then we do. Okay. So let us check. So this, to me, looks very much like the Horus Heresy era dreadnoughts. Little fan on the top, like a little cooling fan. And we've got something like either the back shoulder or an ammo hopper. We've definitely got the arm joint. Yeah, that's a total giveaway arm joint. And little targeting sensors. Okay. And it is one of those parts that, because it is supposed to be wrecked, makes it a little bit harder to determine whether or not it's a good mold. And I think it's perfect, I think. Can't see anything particular can't even see any air bubbles or anything. So I think that is a pass, Mr. or Mrs. Miss Step B. Let's have a look at the next part of the scenic base, and we've got the other part of the arm. Okay. Now let's check this pipe, because pipes are notorious for, if they're cast halfway down, they don't line, the individual corrugated bits don't line up, but let's have a, but in this case they do. Yeah, this is definitely, it's a definite. Oh no, I thought it was a Contemptor Dreadnought, but this smooth bit here, this sort of shark-like part here, has led me to believe it's actually a Dorado Dreadnought. Okay. What do you guys think? Dorado? Okay. Again, really nicely cast. Little lines for the arm joints, all nice and sharp. Underside, we've got some little tiny bubbles. Yeah. But all of the detail, oh, even that, spot on. Very nice indeed. Okay, anything else? Aha, this must be, yes, this is the other arm. Okay, again, really well cast. A little bit of a shim there to take off, but that's out of out. That's what you'd expect. Very easy to sort out. Really good. Okay, so we have those 3 parts or so. I think the base is 3 parts. And we have a 60mm base to fit that on. Now it looks like we've got 4 parts to the base. So where could that other part be? Do we have a part missing? 1, 2, 3. No, I think this is the other part. That's weird. It's like very thin. It's almost papery. Okay, and this is the other ammo hopper, so I'm fairly confident that this is indeed a Dorado Dreadnought. Probably. And again, this is really well cast. I'm just wondering, am I going to find a mould line all the way down Eidolon's face to make up for all these perfectly cast parts? Right, so we've got, let's get this in focus. There we go. So we've got our 4 little parts there for the base. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 other components. So there's 4 there, 2 on this one, 1 there. So that gives us 8. No, it doesn't give us 7, 8, 9. Right. So we've got all the parts. And plonk you there, matey. Let's check out the arms first. So we've got come on camera, we'll do better than this. There we go, perfect, thank you. Okay, so we've got the detailed shoulder pad with the Roman 3 numeral for the 3rd Legion. And again, nicely crafted. A little bit bent there, but warm water comes to our aid, no problem. We have his trademark power maul whatnot, and his pistol. And I love this. This is sort of like harking back to the design on Fulgrim, where we've got the sort of eagle's wing coming straight out of the shoulder pad, out of the pauldron. A nice little bit of design, like a little bit of detail there. And another shim, so near the detail. So it's near the detail. That might take a little bit more work to clean up, but it's perfectly cast. Can't see any flaws at all. Could this be the third video in a row where each part is perfect? I really hope so. I think if Forgebuild are turning a corner like this, then the sky's the limit. I'll get rid of that kind of dodgy reputation. Right, so we have the little jump pack. Quite a modern looking 40k kind of design. Actually, this is quite reminiscent of the Blood Angels Honor Guard. The single sort of like large booster and 2 side jets. Okay. Nothing to complain about there. Crikey. Okay, so down to 3 little frames. So let's go for this. Now, these are little detailed parts. So this is where I could go hideously wrong. We have a little wing. Not too sure exactly where that goes. Actually, where does it go? Part 8. Thunderhammer ornamental wing. Ah, right, okay, so it's going to go on here some. I'm going to go on here. Whoop. So it's going to fit on here somewhere, probably at the back here. Okay, so that looks good. Leave that part there. Is his little number 6 is groin cloth. Oh, okay, fair play to him. A couple of daggers, very nice. Best place to keep them. Well, it probably isn't, but you know. And we've got the. Oh, wait, okay, so he comes with the. Hold on. Comes with the helmeted head version for people who like the helmeted head. That looks really nicely done. I thought that was an air bubble. It's actually little design, little hole designs. And we have the head with no adornment except his rather fancy comb over. I mean, his rather fancy hairstyle with a bit of tubing going into his mouth. Now, it looks like he's doing his shouty. So the mould for his face could do with a little bit of extra detail. I'm not sure if it's a casting thing or just looks a little bit on the not very sharp side. But I think I might do something with his mouth. I remember seeing some artwork where his mouth actually sort of looks a bit closed. It might actually just be a bit of extra resin that sort of got stuck in there. So I think I might clear that out with a modelling knife or something. But I'll have a look at some pictures first just to double check before doing anything like that. Okay, so 2 parts left. Penultimate part is the cloak, and you can't really go wrong with designing a cloak. Okay, so some night. Whoop, hang on. There we go. Right, so got some intricate pipe work there, which has been cast really well. Okay. Yep, cast really well, and quite a plain interior of the cloak. Possibly a tiny little air bubble there, possibly. That's now out, so we'll possibly leave that. Might fill it. Might just be a bit of super glue. And there's a little notch there taken out now. Is that, whoops, part of that? Looks too designed to be a mistake. Okay. And a little bit of detail work on the outside of the cloak, and nothing wrong there. So far, so good. And finally, the major part, Eidolon himself. And first impression is pretty darn sharp. Let's see if we can get this in focus again. Okay, so as befitting a member of the Emperor's Children, loads of detail, loads of adornment. A couple of, now I believe there'll be frag grenades. Fronts of his greaves, not sure, greaves I think. Nice bit of detail there. Pretty sharp, although I have seen sharper, and I don't know if it's a casting thing or from the original mold, because this fella is a few years old now. Let's have a look. He's got a 2015, 4 years. I thought he was a bit older than that. We've got a little mold line. A little mold line there, tracking up from here, but nothing major. It's not affecting the leafy pattern here, so that'll be easy to clean up. That is pretty good. And oh, we've got some interior design work. Lovely and sharp. Okay, so first off, well done to Step B. Step B? B Step? No, not sure. Well done to them for choosing parts that are all nicely formed. Only slight little mold slip type seam, which is nothing to complain about. And there we have it. So, for the third video in a row, we have a Forge World offering that has no defects. Who'd have thought it? Okay, guys, until next time, you take care of yourselves and happy hobbying.